And we're back with game 2. Coming right up for you.
All right.
I don't know that we could top the craziness of game 1, but I'd certainly like to see these guys try.
Yeah, or do we want to see them try? Because that was some pretty heckin' bad RNG. Oh my word.
Yeah. Yeah, Trevor noting in chat that's about the worst luck that you could not hope for from Calamity. So it you could only get better from here, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't possibly go worse.
Song had some really weird, unfortunate luck where he goes down to the BLSS spot down below Temple of Time, and the Boko went and chased him, and then he had a snapback death on the wind bombs, midair wind bombs in Castle. So, and Trevor also had his Lizalfos not cooperate, so it's a bunch of weird, not normal mishaps.
Yeah, I'm sure that both of these runners would love to see a round 2 that goes a little bit closer to the script. Navigating all of those wonky shenanigans can really throw you off.
Mm-hmm. As you said, if you weren't here at the beginning of last race, these two are actually tied on their any percent PBs at 24. 24-46. So this is about as close of a matchup as you could wish. I feel like in some level there is a bit of a disparity between the higher runners and the lower runners in this tournament, where just our 1 and our 14 seeds were just so wildly different that I thought for a while the tournament was kind of going on, where you knew who was going to win, kind of just by it. But this is so close. It's so incredibly close. So it's really fun to see this.
Yeah, I'm looking back at the bracket the first couple of rounds, and Song won his first round obviously against Ronano, but then really drew a very difficult second round matchup. He had to face off against Roko, who was was a 19 seed, but is a way better runner than seed number 19 for sure.
Yeah. I think that was a rematch from last year, right?
Oh yeah.
There was a weird. I don't remember what happened with that, but they had a wild match last year, so it was kind of a fun little rematch there. And then Trevor, you go ahead.
Yeah, Trevor beat Harmyon in round 1 and then lost to CBF actually in what was. I know CBF talking after the race was pretty surprised to have won that one. And so that's how these two wound up in the bottom half of the bracket. But both definitely looking for some redemption here, have won their matches since then. And the way this bracket is set up, both, being in the loser's bracket, if you win the loser's bracket, you go up against the winner of the winner's bracket for a chance at least to still be the tournament champ. So there's still a lot to play for.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we'll see if Song wins this one, then our match is over and Song will win. We'll see if Trevor can tie it up and take one off of Song. Trevor decided to not go for peppers this time, so he's going to take a little bit of risk there. So hopefully he doesn't get a bad ragdoll at all. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Really, with scanning Amiibo right after bombs, the peppers are really just kind of have to last you through the bombs shrine, and so I wonder if that means he goes for the safer wind bomb, or if he's just kind of taking the risk and hoping to feeling really confident in his gamer setup, maybe.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if she's just like, heck it, I'm gonna go fast. Can't believe that last race happened.
He's feeling a little salty, got a chip on his shoulder, and just gonna go for it. This little neutral shield jump you see them doing here against the wall, if you're not super familiar with this route, it seems like kind of a random action, but for whatever reason, what that does is it modifies the skew ever so slightly and makes the clip into the bomb shrine much, much more lenient. Who discovered that? Who came up with that? I have no idea, but it works really, really well. And yeah, you see both runners just getting right in there.
I remember it was a newer runner at the time. I don't remember who it was, but they were like, "Yeah, I do this now, and it makes it super exciting." It was Korax. Okay, it was Korax.
I was gonna say that's who I was kind of thinking. Crazy Onyx both confirming, and Tony as well.
Yeah, it's just the first bow animation.
Yeah, exactly. Lux, if you don't do that, then you have to pull the bow before grabbing the pot, which is annoying and slow. So it has that dual benefit of making the skew better and also skipping the bow pulling animation, or the first bow pull animation.
Very nice. If you're also wondering why they do that little shield jump, both of our runners not really making gamer. So, if you're wondering why they do that little shield jump, it's not only to clear skew for the next shrine, it's also to clear ragdoll, which is the thing we were talking about earlier, where it makes it impossible to win bomb if you have removed your shield initiative.
Both runners, neither runner getting it, but both runners surviving. So, I mean, that's especially with Trevor having no backup food, just making it through there, I think, is a victory.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's where we prage for good fish RNG. We've had, I think, the worst luck is yours, isn't it, Newborn? The worst luck we've had?
Mine what?
Your fish RNG.
Oh, no, I don't... I don't even have an amiibo controller.
Wait, no, who was it? Who was it?
I watched somebody scan like 6 different amiibos. It was... I forget who it was.
We had 10, I think, or 11.
You had 10? Oh, my word.
But not me personally, but someone did.
Right, that's insane. Sometimes the game just says no, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Yeah, so that's
other than keep scanning.
Yeah, that's the disparity here. You can either do 2 or you can do 10.
Right. You probably can't hope for a lot better luck than they got first round.
Yeah.
First round, they both only had to scan 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Song getting enough fish in 2 there, I think, as well. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Trevor, unfortunately, having to scan another. And another.
And another, yeah. A lot of hardy salmon there. There's a porgy. A Durade Lame.
Yep.
Is Song using the square bomb for this BLSS? He is.
He is, yeah.
It's interesting.
He just feels more comfortable with it not rolling off during a race. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. For those who might not know, the square bomb accelerates a little bit more slowly and loses speed more quickly than the round bomb, but it does have the advantage, obviously, if you can, in the setup, it's not going to roll off on you.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Jeg. Good to see you here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Rob.
Oh, the round bomb. Okay.
We were focused on Trevor's fish RNG.
Thank you for clarifying, Nick. What's really a problem there with starting that BLSS is if the Guardian starts to target you and then you target him back, and it makes it impossible to get that setup done correctly. So at least that didn't happen.
I asked Banks what you did if you activated the Guardian. He said cry, so.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Cry/reload, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see round 2 of this Canal Wind Bomb. Thankfully, Song hits it this time. And that's where you're supposed to hit it, is up by the shelf, because you have a less chance of dying from Ragdoll. Ooh, unfortunate for Trevor. Ugh.
Yeah, you can see Song took no damage on the Ragdoll at all, just lost the heart from the Wind Bomb itself. Trevor going to go for it again. Yeah, that's not going to do it.
No, oh, and a death, too. It's unfortunate for Trevor. I'm quite a bit far behind.
Yeah, that's the downside of the risky strats is when they don't work, you're oftentimes dealing with the reload and starting from scratch. Trevor opting to just run through and kind of take the safety strat this time.
I thought that little box was gonna bonk in there.
I know. Yeah, that can definitely happen.
All right, Magnesis, what the heck?
Yeah, I've died to that box for sure before. Does not feel good.
Song doing that a little bit tricky wind bomb up here. Gets enough height that he needs.
Yeah, it just kind of sneaks up and over the edge there. Not as close as some of them I've seen, but still a little bit scary.
Yeah.
I love it when they hit the very edge and just kind of roll up onto it a little bit.
Yeah, that's the worst. I always kind of like lift my chin to try to make it go higher. Even though that really has
obviously.
No. Yeah,
obviously.
That's how it works.
It's the advanced motion control strats. Sorry to butcher your username, Jag.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it how I've heard other people say it. Please forgive me.
Yeah. The issues with being American. Yeah, I
having
thought,
to do a...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I had thought that Trevor didn't clear Ragdoll. And I was like, I wonder why. He must have just forgot because he's used to doing Canal. But yeah, unfortunately for him, it just is not. It's not going super well on this. Race.
Yeah, that quick fix is just a little bit unreliable, I think. I don't know exactly. It's a little bit of a mystery to me when it works and when it doesn't work.
It has some really interesting properties where that specific quick fix has like a cone shape around Link, and that sometimes affects it in movements.
Yeah, I've heard other runners also say that if the quick fix is successful, it can help give you more height as well. But I don't know. I don't understand why that would be, but smarter people than me are the ones saying it, so. Pretty interesting. So Trevor is going to have to hope for some execution errors from Song or some unfortunate luck like we saw in the last round to have an opportunity to make up time.
Yeah, at this point, if everything goes well for a Song, it's going to be difficult to make up this shrine difference. That's how well executed these runners are usually.
Yeah, and Song's plateau so far has been very clean. It really had a little bit of trouble with the Magnesis clip, but other than that, has been everything first try, very quick. Trevor getting a really nice, low, fast stasis wind bomb there. Kind of rolls right up onto the steps.
Stairs.
I know.
So much fun.
I find that wind bomb really, really satisfying just to watch or to do. You know, you just have to kind of get that setup correct with the visual cues, and you can pretty reliably smack Link into the monk cage and have him drop down. Poor Link.
That's why you see even the runners who do more consistent strats on these races, they'll still do stasis wind bomb. So
yeah, easier than it looks, I think.
Song not getting as nice of a wind bomb into the monk cage as he did last time. Still a successful wind bomb.
Yeah, he just kind of has to play consistently. That's got to be I think the goal for him is you've got a lead, and now it's about making sure that there's no major mistakes and kind of put the pressure on Trevor to maybe take some more risks and press to gain that time back, perhaps.
Trevor choosing to clear skew and then regain skew. Not doing so well with his ESC, as he says, ESC smile.
Yeah, ESC is just that way sometimes. He must have seen something in the skew animation that he didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Runners who do that strat, I think, have a pretty good sense of when it's going to work and when it's not going to. So opting to clear skew and re-get it, and what do you know? I mean, second try after that. So
I see. Interestingly, a song pointing the camera up. It's interesting because this Temple of Time BLSS is one of the more loady ones for some reason. You get really weird long loads. I think Chorus or Player 5 said it was like one of the most inconsistent and in terms of load times and splits.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know there's been some discussion in the Discord lately about disparities in load times, specifically on the bombs split between those who have fully closed out the game between attempts versus those who have preloaded the bomb shrine and then just go back to title screen. I'm curious to see how much, if there's any results there in terms of how much that affects the loads.
Yeah. Song being crazy consistent here on this plot, getting as Cornflakes at a 1330, which is really nice for a race. Really, really nice for a race.
What I always wonder, runners who point the camera way up in the sky like this, if they must be just using the map as a visual cue.
Yeah. We're doing. Yeah, and then you see he puts his camera down a little bit to just make sure he's going the right way.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to course correct. Tiny bit here.
Right. I feel like if I did that, I would wind up in completely the wrong spot. Oh no, Trevor.
Trevor, poor guy. Oh.
I think you kind of see how mistakes can kind of compound in this game. One thing goes wrong, and there sometimes is a little bit of a cascading effect where it impacts future tricks, whether psychologically or in terms of actual gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, song just gets that off. The sneak strike could be a little weird. Maybe that's why they headshot the Boko. It's because even if you do fail that sneak strike while the cutscene's loading in, it'll give you another chance to retry it. If you don't do that headshot, then you either have to reload or do some fancy hiding from the Moblin.
Yeah, the Moblin loaded in really late too. I was kind of wondering if he was actually going to materialize and give Song a chance to headshot him. Oh. Lizalfo's giving Song some trouble here.
Mm-hmm. You have to run away and try again.
Once you've alerted him once, sometimes it can change the way the game kind of determines whether the sneak strike is going to work or not, I think. But fortunately, he's able to get a second try there.
He's going to have to remenu that fish. This is weird.
See if the out-of-bounds movement goes a little bit more smoothly for him this time.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be like hyper focused on that snapback now. Just making sure that doesn't happen. Those dang pro controllers.
Right.
Rage for Trevor from Unloaded Gate.
Did he must have speed capped? Maybe not. Maybe. Oh no.
Oh, Trevor.
2 for 2 loaded gate is pretty unfortunate.
He's gonna have to re-get skew too. Ugh. Unfortunate.
Yeah, at this point, it's going to take probably some sort of deafen the boss rush from Song to allow Trevor a chance to get back into this.
Yeah. Alright, she saw him going through when bike skip. And then Trevor having to do that funky weird clip in. It is nice that Trevor doesn't have to wait for that cutscene.
Right.
We never want to do that. Oh, Trevor doing the fancy new movement.
A little bit straighter of a line, a little bit closer to those scary Lizalfos with their boomerangs. Must not have needed the razor shroom.
Yeah. I think he did end up getting a lot of fish at the end of the scans.
Eventually.
Even though it took him 4 scans, which is unfortunate. Ooh, that was weird again.
Yeah. I wonder if the idea behind using the circle bomb to distract the Lizalfos is just that it cuts out a little bit of menuing from having to switch back to square bomb and then back to circle bomb again, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Circle bomb just, obviously has a tendency to roll.
Oh no, Trevor. Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
Meanwhile, Song making good progress into his boss rush.
Mm-hmm.
Optimal Fire Blight phase 1 there with those spin attacks.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Trevor meant to grab that shield or if that was just a whoopsie. They can land really close together, and sometimes it's hard to grab the one you want.
Mm-hmm.
Never a bad idea to have an extra shield.
Yeah. Shadow shields are not the worst thing. I'm worried for Trevor now.
Oh. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we're going to get a DNF from Trevor.
I don't know Trevor, unless it was the autosave had... Sometimes autosave, as you know, does weird stuff with, it includes health loss that you might have incurred after the autosave, but it's really, really, really annoying for sure.
Mm.
GG's regardless, tough race.
Yeah, GG's. Alright, so Son just really needs to finish this out at this point. So he's going to do so by whacking Firelight. Whereas my 7th grader say, "Give him a beating!" I'm reading medieval poetry right now, and that's all the boys talk about when like the knights are killing the people. They just go, "He's gonna give him a beating!"
Obviously, right? What's more exciting when you're a 7th grade boy than some dude beating up another dude?
I just don't understand the beating thing. It's very interesting. Like, why that particular word?
Yeah, we've focused a lot on some of the unfortunate luck that Trevor's had in this round of the race, but should be noted that Song has played extremely clean.
Yes. Oh my word.
Even if things had gone a little bit better for Trevor, I mean, it's pretty hard to overcome a really perfectly executed run like this from a player like Song.
Yes. Song has been part of this game, I think maybe since the game came out. I'm not 100% sure, but he's been here at least for 3 years, I think.
Oh yeah, long time.
Yeah, at least 3 years. Not
as folks who have been around the game for a while know, he's been a world record holder in any percent multiple times. One of the first runs that I watched that got me into Breath of the Wild speedrunning, and I'm sure he hears this all the time, was his I think it was maybe 2019 AGDQ. the first any percent Breath of the Wild run that featured the more up-to-date strats like shield clipping and shrines and things like that. So like he's definitely a gamer, and he's been around a long time, and mad respect to him for all that he's contributed to the community and the game's progression.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that he does come back for things like tournaments like this. Because I think he's been around the game for long enough that he doesn't run it all the time, but he can pick it up really, really quickly in PB whenever there's new strats. I'm thankful that he still comes back for tournaments and things.
For sure, yeah.
It's a really cool legacy thing to see him go this far in the tournament and do so well and have such a high PB.
Yeah, so he will be looking ahead to a next round matchup with Alpha TZR. And likely we'll be scheduling that for sometime in this next week or next weekend, probably. For Trevor, unfortunately, this means the end of his tournament run, but hopefully that allows him to get back on the focus on the PB grind, or perhaps I don't know if he's considering learning an additional category or something like that.
I think a lot of people learn another category after the 100% tournament. They're just kind of done.
Yeah, the grind can be a lot, yeah. I know All Dungeons has been pretty active recently. We've seen a lot of folks really interested in the new IST route because what's not fun about playing with, 1,400 ancient arrows and 300 plus fairies, basically invincible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. We'll see if we have an interview. Sometimes Song comes in for interviews, sometimes he doesn't. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Song giving us a nice little horsey dance there. Love it.
Yeah. This is gonna be the high 25? No, a little low 27. I don't know. Somewhere around there.
Math is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Should be.
I just always forget how long this last little part takes. GG's.
Woo! Wow, so you're looking at a 25-30 roughly, according to leaderboard timing.
Really nice. Really
that's
nice
a monster run right there. I mean, that's pretty incredible. It's a GG's song. GG's to both runners. And if either of you wants to hop in to chat about your run, feel free. Yeah, we were expecting an exciting match, and that for sure did not disappoint. It's unfortunate that round 2 didn't go Trevor's way, but that first race was a heck of a battle between those two. Fair enough, Trevor. We get it.
Yeah, we definitely get it. Hi, Song. How are you doing? GG's.
Thank you.
GG Song.
Thank you.
Well, how are you feeling about your that last race? It's like a mid 25. How do you feel about that? Like it seems pretty wonderful to me. But how are you feeling about it?
No, that felt great. I normally don't play 2PV, so I don't go too fast, and I was like almost on PV pace entering castle. So that was a really good run. Like mistakes always happen in races, so. Losing 20 seconds like in 2 parts at both is really, really good. I'm super happy.
That's awesome. That's super, super cool.
Talk to us about that first race. That was such a back and forth with you and Trevor kind of both taking the lead at various points and having a hard time at various points. How did you feel at the end of race number 1?
I felt relieved in a sense because I didn't have any time this week to play, so I was just going in ready to lose. And, I got lucky, but I won. So I was like, okay, you know, let's go. I just felt relief.
Mhm.
I was very calm the whole time. You know, like even when snapback happened and I died to the wind bomb, I just remained calm the whole time.
That's
I
impressive.
Right.
That's really
I was just doing my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Snapback
a race
is
setting,
so-
that's really all you could do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do
I
you
think that helped me a
watch?
lot for second race. Like, you know, just
Mm.
being very relaxed and chill.
What number tournament is this for you? Like, how many tournaments have you been in so far?
4, I'm pretty sure.
4.
I started on
Wow.
2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Dang.
Playing in tournaments. I started on 2017, but yeah.
Dang,
I
dude.
just used to it. I've lost very early on. I've won tournaments, so I don't know. I've seen the whole thing, basically. Yeah, I never watch a restream or look at chat at all, though.
Mhm.
Never.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So in that second race, obviously you knew that you were playing well, but you probably weren't aware of how much of a lead you had over Trevor there in the castle and boss rush segment, huh?
Yeah, I had no idea until he forfeited, pretty much. Absolutely no idea. But I was like, I mean, if I lost to Trevor with a mid 25, you know, he was just better that race than me. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if someone beats me with a 24, I just respect it. It's like, okay, you were better than me, you know.
Right.
That's fine.
Right. What more can you do at that point?
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy at that point. Yeah, we were talking about at the end of your run, we were just saying how cool it is to have you just come back for every tournament and PB every time there's new strats, and we just really appreciate that you're so committed to this game. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like at some point, I mean, I've just spent so much time in this game that I just want to keep coming back and prove my time, because all that accumulated time, like, you know, gave me insane muscle memory. So that's another thing I like about this game. I can just come back whenever, if there's new strats, and just PB again and play well again. I really like it. I really like that I don't have to like think, you know, 100 hours like I would have with another speedrun to get good at it. Just really like that aspect. And I don't know, I like competing. There's some really great runners in this game, so it's very fun to compete against them.
Yeah, the level of competition has been really, really high. It seems like, especially this last year or so, with so many new runners coming in and challenging some of the legends of the community like yourself. So it's been fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, I think this is the first tournament ever where all the top 5 is actually in it, because normally Skater and Rasen never participated. So I was like almost the only person in the top 5 that was playing in tournaments. But now, like, everyone is in, so it's even better. Like, this is probably the craziest tournament ever.
Yeah, it makes it so that even in like the losers half of the bracket, the competition is really, really incredible. I mean, like a 6 seed versus a 3 seed in a losers round, you wouldn't ordinarily see that, but
No.
it's cool to have. I mean, 2 runners with top 5 PBs going against each other head to head is incredible.
I mean, losers round 3 playing against someone who has a 24-46, kind of crazy. And then I play Alpha, who has like a 25. So I don't think I've ever had a bracket this hard either.
And this is loser side too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
How are you feeling going into your next round against Alpha? Obviously a really good player, but is there anything that you're looking out for or looking to improve upon or anything like that?
I definitely will practice only second half, I think. When I don't practice plateau, I tend to do much better. So I will probably only practice second half from now on, because that's when I get nervous. So as long as I play solid there, I think I have a good chance.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Well, we will look forward to that next round matchup for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we get to play soon.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it too.
Excellent. Well, GG's again on your victory, and great races, especially that second race. Really incredible stuff.
Thank you. Oh, one thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the way to Mag, my my round bomb rolled off.
Yes.
And I guess just as a tip for everyone, like it's better to just take the square bomb instead of like detonating and waiting 10 seconds for the round bomb. Square bomb is not that slow, so still faster to just go with it.
Yeah. We had noticed that you were sliding with the square bomb, but we didn't. Somebody in chat filled us in because we were watching Trevor's fish scans. He was having a little bit of a hard time getting his fish, so we missed the initial mistake, but good to know for sure. All right, well, I think that will do it for us, yeah?
In that case, GG's to both runners. Great job there, Wolhaiksong. And Trevor as well. A little bit unlucky, unfortunately. We'll be raiding over to ZSR2, which has a Link to the Past No Magic Glitches match that started just 10 minutes ago going on. If you're interested in more content of this tournament, I do believe we have another match on the schedule for tomorrow at, what is it? 3 PM Eastern. That's the one I'm raiding over. Where is it? 4 PM? Something. 10 AM. 10 AM Eastern tomorrow. There we are. That's Lumina versus Flavian. Same round losers bracket match as well. And yeah, do just look at our schedule. It knows stuff better than I do, obviously. And yeah, thank you to both our commentators, Numa and Sorted, and Litbooks. And yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you all for watching.